Welcome. And the question today from Skulls and Flowers is, what's the nastiest thing you've seen a child do? Hi, this is Derek. I just put the Drama Llama, Fred, back in his llama pen, so that I can do this quick video for you with some of the stuff that Fred found on Reddit earlier today. Oh boy, let's get ready for some drama. Elk State answered with, walked into a Baskin-Robbins for ice cream and watched as an employee had just mopped the floors, with a dirty mop bucket, water and string bean mop head. A few moments later, a kid goes to take a lick of the ice cream cone he has and the whole top falls off onto the freshly mopped floor. The kid's dad is still ordering his ice cream and not paying attention to what just happened. The child stopped for a moment, looked down, and without skipping a beat snatches up the partially melting ice cream glob with his hand and shoves it in his mouth. The dad, at that moment, saw what was happening and looked at the child with disgust and disappointment. That child was me, and it's something my family has never let me forget about. Fresh Tea answered with, I've seen a video of a Chinese kid peeing on the elevator buttons, trapping him inside the elevator. Needs more Tuba answered with, yesterday I told my toddler that she'd had enough snacks, so she proceeded to shove her entire hand down her throat. First I heard a gag, and then I heard an excited little voice say, "Look, mommy, more snacks," as she thrust what was essentially her bar-filled hand in my face to show me her prize. At least I didn't let her eat it. Toddlers are a mess. Zami Lodi followed up with, and I thought it was bad when my toddler ate a pill bug in the forest. Naughty4149 answered with, slap his mother's ass and say, how do you like them apples? Quantum Spectre followed up with, there are probably worse things, but I remember watching a kid shove a handful of popcorn into his mouth, immediately take a large gulp of water from his water bottle, and then let all the popcorn flood out of his mouth into bottle. It was just a gross cloud of popcorn, like some kind of effed up lava lamp. Moments later he drank from the same water bottle, didn't flinch or anything. Awesome Opossum 1212 answered with, for my dance studio, we have older girls dance on stage with the youngest group as their partners. A year or two ago, I had a little partner for ballet, and we had to hold hands for the dance. The girl proceeded to take my hand and pick her nose. Chow Meow answered with, eat dog food. No, I'm not talking about the dry dog food. It's the wet type from the waste/remains of human food. I like spice answered with, I remember thinking June bugs were tasty around age 2. My sister preferred spiders around that age as well. Apparently there's a bird or reptile in our family tree. Destinovalize answered with, I gave my niece some test tubes to play with, and she and my other niece and nephew collected all kinds of fluids to put inside. When they ran out of those, my nephew decided to pee in them. They were between the ages of 6 to 9. Old enough not to play with their own pee, in my opinion. Alva21 answered with, I watched a mom hold her toddler so she could poop on the beach. You exacerbate me answered with, family trip to Disneyland and watched in horror as my then 4 or 5-year-old cousin ran her tongue along one of the handrails, a good 7 to 10 seconds of licking. Second one is from same child, but she's now 7. Was babysitting her and I hear this gross wet noise, so I stopped making her dinner and look into the living room. This child is mouth open on the couch while her puppy essentially has its face all the way in her mouth. She starts saying oh yeah in a Kool-Aid man-like voice that still brings me physical pain to this day. Sheeps98 followed up with, a little girl came in with her family where I work and ate packets and packets of the mayo from the bar. She put it in a cup and ate it like ice cream. We had to confiscate the mayo packet basket. Time capsule answered with, I had a friend when I was little who would pick up chewed gum off the ground and put it in her mouth. Because, hey, it was free and still tasted of gum. I was 4 and disgusted. Biffy Man 999,999 answered with, hand in the back of pants, then eat fries and lick the salt oof the same fingers he was itching his ass with. Belgoroth 63 answered with, saw a kid on Reddit here licking the concrete wall at a stadium, could only imagine the amount of spit, upshuck, and dirty hands that had passed along that wall. Topo Steve answered with, I knew a kid in high school who ate his own earwax. I kid you not. We were sitting at the same table in the library when I saw him digging in his ear, then licking the wax off his finger. I told him he was disgusting, and he seemed shocked at my response. Tried to convince me it was totally normal. JCat answered with, when I was 10, I was sort of friends with this kid because of Cub Scouts. His dad was Scoutmaster. Well, some event made us stay later than normal after school, and so just the two of us were walking back home on a bike path by a field. He lived past my house, so he was annoyingly walking home with me. Partway through the walk, he reaches down the back of his pants, pulls something out, and flings it like he was skipping a stone. I stopped, open-mouthed, staring at him. He wiped his hand on his pants, sort of shrugged at me, and said, ha, turd balls. I never hung out with him after that. Comb and Bongbarian followed up with, wow, wonder how far they flew. And finally, JCat followed up with, only about 20 feet, into a ditch by the bike path. He may not have really been trying. What shocked me the most was how nonchalant he was about the whole thing, like turd balls, what are you gonna do, huh? Well, there you have it. A perfectly great question answered by a bunch of fine and honorable citizens. Help support this channel by smashing the like and subscribe buttons. Also hit that silly little bell too to ensure you get the latest videos. Fred is always finding stuff for me to post regularly. So this is Derek signing off. Thanks for watching. Good grief, it sounds like Fred is out of his pen again. I think he found more drama for me to share with you. See you soon.